If you are looking for your sign to go abroad, this is it. What's up, everybody? My name is Lauren.
And I'm Natalie.
Welcome back to our channel.
Make sure you subscribe to Her and Her Girlfriend for more lifestyle and relationship tips. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any new videos.
Natalie and I were teachers abroad, and hence the title of this video, How Living Abroad Has Changed Us. If you are thinking about taking a journey somewhere or living abroad or being an expat somewhere, I would say definitely do it. It was a life-changing decision, not just going to Korea, but when I came back to the United States, I had my best friend. I actually met her 7,000 miles away from my home, and it ended up being the best thing for me.
Okay, so I guess this story would be best if it started off with introducing who I am. Before I was a part of Her and Her Girlfriend, I was Traveling Nat or Fabulous Nat. These are two of my YouTube channels, which you could always go ahead and follow me on. My second channel, Traveling Nat, is really the reason why we even met. That channel accumulated quite a following while I was in Korea, well, because I was sharing my experiences as a Black and curvy woman, and I had a lot of supporters that followed me on my social media channels that were also in Korea at the same time. I would have many instances where I would bump into a supporter and they would tell me that the reason why they were in Korea was because of my channel. When I knew I was going to be leaving Korea, I knew I wanted to create an event that was going to bring all of these women who were inspired by my channel in some way, shape, or form together in one room. A lot of my followers were Black women, and Black women brought other Black women that were in Korea with them, and she happened to be one of the plus ones. That is where we met.
I just traveled to Korea like 2 months prior to meeting her.
I was in Korea at that point for 4.5 years, going on almost 5 years at this point. So I was leaving and she was just arriving.
If you're interested in more of that story, you can check out our video, How We Met, part 1 and part 2.
When we returned back to the United States and was getting reacclimated with, US culture, I think there was a realization that something had shifted within us.
We realized that we were seeing the world through new lenses, and that was a testament to just traveling, getting outside of the United States. When you're traveling abroad, you're going to meet like solo expats, like solo travelers, and these conversations that were being sparked with different people from all over the world made me see my country a little differently.
For me particularly, it was being away for such a long period of time and seeing the United States from like an outsider's point of view. One of the things I realized was how it strengthened the love that I had for myself. It strengthened the love that I had for my culture, my ancestry, my family, my hair, my body, everything of mine that was so unique.
Walking down the streets of Korea, you know that there is nobody out there that's like you. I can remember just the looks of awe, looks of surprise, looks of admiration, and looks of judgment and curiosity. Like all of those things wrapped in one was an eye-opener.
My hair made Koreans like look in awe, and that was something that I loved, that my hair was something that they'd never seen before.
I realized how much I relied on my conveniences. If you have not left the United States, you won't see this until you do. I had to refigure out how to do things. I was so used to having things like a dryer and a washing machine. Inconveniences, the damn shower. Like, that was a shock. Like, I saw it and I looked it up on YouTube, but the damn shower. In Korea, you walk in, there's a sink, no tub, there's a toilet next to it, and the shower head can be right above the vanity of the sink or on the side of the sink. So when you take a shower, yes, your sink is getting wet, your floor is getting wet, sometimes your toilet is getting wet, and your toilet paper. While I was living there, like, I only had a washing machine. I did not have a dryer.
And that's custom. Like, most people don't have dryers.
You have to hang dry them, you have to clothespin them across your apartment, not outside because there's no lawn. If it was a harsh winter or if it was cold, then your clothes take forever to dry.
Yeah, I've had some pants freeze on me.
It was a shock because it's just different from what you grew up doing. And so when you are used to doing something a certain way and then something abruptly stops it, then you take notice. We live in Florida right now, and we have access to the sun all the time. We have access, and we can see the clear blue skies and the clouds. But in Korea, when you look up at the sun, it is just a haze. It is like a cloud, because it's filled with smog and pollution around. I mean, I can go down a long list of things, but having access to things in the United States, but then not having access to them when you're in other countries, or just different access, you really realize, like, wow, I have all these conveniences. Wow, I complain so much in America about what I don't have and what's this and that. And then you hopefully appreciate what you did have once upon a time.
Honestly, this pride that comes with learning how to be completely independent. I surprised myself about what I could do.
Like, dang, how did I get out of that situation? Or how did I get through that situation? Because I had no previous training. For a person who has not left the United States at all, you may not be knowing what we're talking about as far as independence. You getting to work on time is dependent on if you're able to communicate where you gotta go.
And read where you gotta go. And understand, you know, the maps of the public transit system.
Exactly. You start to learn how to put yourself on your back and be like, you know what, I'm gonna make it through this.
Yeah, like for me, I remember one of the biggest successes that I would say was finding my dream apartment. I was moving into a new job, I was moving into a new city, and I needed to find a place by myself. I need to know what questions I need to ask for, how to ask for that, what am I listening to and for, so I can make me finding an apartment as easy as possible. Honestly, it came to fruition. I was able to find my dream place, and I probably could put a clip here. It may not look like much, but that's a lot. What this apartment is, it was a lot in Korean standards, and I loved it, and it was my haven.
So before I went to Korea, I went to Costa Rica. I was there with a friend, and we went on a kind of like excursion or a day trip. Once we finished our day trip there and it was on the way back, we realized that this ferry was not going to get back to the mainland in time, and we were not going to get to our bus to go back to our city, which was 3 hours away. I'm in Costa Rica. I barely can speak Spanish at the time. We're low on cash. Like, we forgot to go to the ATM because things closed. That survival kicked in. We're prepared to sleep on the street. At least we know danger is not as high as it would be in the United States. Luckily, we were able to talk to the owner of a hotel and convince the lady to let us stay in one room until the morning, until the ATMs were opening and we can pay her for the night. I learned in that experience, I'm equipped no matter what situation I'm in. I'm equipped and I'm going to survive.
We have a list of things that we learned from being abroad, but that's just kind of like the tip of the iceberg, honestly.
Yeah.
If you guys want us to continue on this list, please let us know below if you want to hear more. And if you've lived abroad, please tell us, what did you learn while you were abroad? What did you learn about yourself or just your experience? All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.